I'm ready.
All right, Anastasia, we'll bring you in when
we'll do a little intro.
Introduce you. All right.
Setting up your meeting for YouTube Live. Done. Redirecting to YouTube.
Great. So now we'd still look at the Zoom and it's just doing its thing.
I guess we don't even have to look at the YouTube. We want to look at her. It's like, that's like looking at her through a screen.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to, now we're live and I need to mute this because it's crazy town.
Here, maybe?
So where is it?
Oh my God. So the YouTube Live is on a delay and we are hearing our voices projected back to us about 5 seconds after they happen.
Ah, we're here.
Woo!
Ooh, that was scary.
Wow.
That was
scary. A bit of a stutter start, but here we are.
Wow. For those of you watching on YouTube Live, you just saw my mouth gaping open and full.
Like a wide mouth bass.
I was like, where's the noise coming from? What is happening? So thank you for watching if you're watching on YouTube Live. And thank you for listening. If you're just listening to this, welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Lindsey. How are you?
Good. I mean, I'm a little like
little beklempt?
Yeah,
a little frazzled.
So if you edited out the first part of this, which I hope you will.
No, I'm not going to. I want to keep in all of your distress and dismay and confusion and frankly horror.
I hope next week goes smoother than that.
It'll be fine.
It was just the noise.
It was just a lot. It's a lot when you hear your voice projected back to you 5 seconds after it happens, so you can't even think, and then you're trying to talk, and then it comes right back.
Yeah.
And, let's all take a collective deep breath, shall we?
We got through it. I mean, we did it, and we're good to go.
Yeah, that goes for you two listeners. One more deep collective breath. Here we go. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Let it out.
Oh, I feel like I'm in movement class.
Yeah.
Remember movement class in college?
Of course.
Kelly, how are you this week?
I'm doing pretty good.
How was your spring break?
You mean our spring break episode?
No.
I didn't have a spring break.
I'm just wondering if you took your top off this week in any sort of way.
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, I mean to get changed into my pajamas.
Wait,
that's every day.
In last week's episode, we were talking about the strip club, the We Bear All strip club that I went to for spring break.
The South Florida staple.
So I posted a clip of it on our Instagram at Kelly and Lindsey, and I was like, what's the name of that place? So I put in We Bear All and popped up Cafe Risque.
Cafe Risque.
Cafe Risque.
It's classy because it has a French name. It has a French spelling.
I love it. I am really excited about this week's episode.
I am too.
Because when we started this podcast, Hoo Ha Ha, which is Elizabeth Banks, what do they call it online? A digital platform, I think they call it.
I know, I never know what to call things. I always
Google
what's the name? What entity is this?
Yes.
It's a digital platform.
They basically made Fuck You, I'm Smarter happen because they produced our pilot episode.
Yeah.
And we've met so many amazing women through Hoo Ha Ha, and our guest today is actually another Hoo Ha Ha hookup. Oh. Or alum. I like the hookup. Hookup's a little sexier. But yes,
true.
Alum.
Well, unless it's like a college party,
And then it's...
Yeah, you're right.
Don't bring it down so early.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to bring on Anastasia Washington. She's a comic. She's a writer. She's a performer. She's fucking hilarious. And we can't wait to have her on. Anastasia, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I don't know
so
what that
happy
voice is.
for you to be here.
Hi.
That was after the deep breath. You're just like, oh. This is your light, cloudy, just ray of sunshine voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I just got out of a sound bath and I'm good.
Yeah. Good. Exactly.
Glad to hear you're doing self-care during this time.
Perfect.
Exactly.
So are you from LA?
I am. I was born and raised here. Literally here.
Right.
In the house that you're in right now? In this space?
Wow. This is
That's
first
great.
time, I think, for Fuck You, I'm Smarter. Possibly. We don't get a lot of LA natives, especially ones still living in that same house. I mean, that's...
Yeah. This used to be my childhood bedroom, and now it is my office.
I love that.
So, I mean, you can't see the cluttery office-ness of it because I've confined it, but
it looks very neat and very professional.
Your backdrop super cute.
Thank you. Sometimes my wall makes me look like I'm like laying on the floor, so it's kind of nice.
Right, because it sort of looks like wood, like a beautiful wood floor.
Yeah, it's recycled wood wallpaper because I guess
that's
rad. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Anastasia, you're from LA.
Right.
And so what high school did you go to?
I went to several, actually.
Get into that.
I love how Lindsey asked what high schools she went to. Like she knows the high schools in LA.
I know some of them.
I
saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Okay, fair enough.
My friend told me they went to San Dimas the other day for a hike, and I'm like, San Dimas? That sounds so familiar. Where have I heard of San Dimas? And then I realized, I recently watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes, or you went to like a water park, San Dimas.
Right?
Is that where
they are?
Yeah. Well, I went to Burroughs High School in Burbank. Because that was where you went if you wanted to compete in show choir and be national level.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we're with a star right now. We're with a shining show choir star.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Incredible. Okay.
So how was your, are they called teams or what are they called?
Yeah, you could call it a team. We had Letterman jackets and everything.
Right? It seems like a team. So how was your team?
We were national champions. We were really, 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 really good. But then I got kicked out of that school.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Did you want to go into why, or we'll save that for later? Or...
I mean, it's just not even that like fun. It's like
what happened?
So like I didn't like live in the neighborhood, and
it was a like we're using my friend's address or whatever type of a thing because we want to go to the school.
And one of the girls in my team ratted on me.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why?
And she doesn't even go here.
Right. That's basically what she was saying to me, and it was rude. And then also they didn't really like me because I was kind of gothy. So I don't know. And also was Burbank,
they're lost. So they're losers.
Right. Yeah. So they didn't particularly like people of color either because it was Burbank. So that was like also like a thing. So then I auditioned to be in this high school called Loxa, which is what Fame,
right. Yeah.
It's like Fame. It's like that kind of high school.
Yeah.
So I went there for a couple of years, and then I left because I started working in acting again, and they were like, we just study art. You can't actually work in the artistic field until you've accomplished all these things like movement and blah. And I was like, I like money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to a BFA for college, and they told me the same thing because I was working at the time. We grew up in Florida. Miami has like a lot of commercials and stuff, and I was working a lot. And they told me I couldn't work, so I just gave it up for the school. And I'm like, wouldn't you want to like teach me how to be like a better professional? Like, why would you
why are you leaving out that aspect of it, which I think is one of the most important things you could learn in the entertainment industry. Like,
yeah.
And it was hard for me because I started acting and singing when I was like 3. I became SAG at like 8 years old.
Wow.
So for them to be like, hey, you have to do these school plays, but you can't go out and get real gigs. And I was like,
you're like, really though?
I don't want to.
Yeah, that seems super backwards.
Yeah,
you did it right.
I think you did it right. I also, can we dive in a little bit to your goth phase? I'd like to know how long that lasted. I'd like to know what kind of a goth. Yeah. What kind of because we called them metalheads and basers.
No,
when we were younger.
No, there's more than just that. Like that was like
that was the general no one understood it, so they would say like you're a metalhead.
Yeah, which I was more. I was definitely like part goth.
I was more punk than goth, but I'd like to know about your goth phase.
Okay, so there was this movie called The Craft. And
you're speaking my language.
1000%. I just rewatched that.
Yeah, and so I think 15-year-old me, I don't know, maybe I was even younger, saw that and came home with a pagan book to my Catholic family, and my mom was like,
that'll be fun.
And then she calmed down and she was like, okay, if you're going to be a witch, at least let's go to classes and stuff like that. And like, you have to communicate with me. So I went to like witch school at Psychic Eye on Ventura Boulevard.
This is amazing. I love your mom, by the way.
She's so cool. She's so cool. And she's just like, just communicate with me and don't sacrifice anything or do anything that you can't take back forever. She's like, just don't kill anyone. And then basically. So I basically like was like wearing basically what they had at Hot Topic when Hot Topic was goth. Hot Topic now is whatever, but Hot Topic used to have these gorgeous like long goth dresses. Gorgeous. Yeah, like, and I would go around in like that in a trench coat when it was really not a good time to be doing that. You were looked real down upon because some people did some bad things in those in those trench coats. Yeah. So I was real not liked about that. So I wore a lot of black. I read Edgar Allan Poe. I was really puffy. You know, I wore like purple lipstick.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
And we definitely would have been friends.
Right? Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, except my mom didn't let me go to witch school. She just made me hide in my closet and say like, light as a feather, stiff as a board, quietly by myself in my closet.
My parents just were like, I would talk to them about things that I was reading, like different I read this, there was this book, I believe the author's name was David Sinclair or something. It was called Instant ESP. And it was like one of my favorite books. He actually, from what I remember, like he did some research on like different techniques and things. There was one thing to like help you fall asleep and one thing for like protect, like cosmic protection. And like there was some cool stuff. And I think he actually researched like I don't know where he got these techniques from, but from different like, you know, people who actually practiced like these kinds of things. So yeah, my parents were like pretty cool about it. They just sort of would make fun of me like a little bit about it, you know, but like they didn't care because my parents were atheists, lapsed Catholics, they say.
I often tell people I'm a recovering Catholic. And I think my family in because of me is kind of recovering Catholic too as well. But they did have like a color intervention with me at one time. Like my whole family got together and they were just like, listen, we understand that you like to read this stuff and watch this stuff and everything, but could you just wear a color?
Yeah. That's so cute because you're in such a bright color right now.
I know. I've changed so much.
Yeah. I got a lot more colorful from those days as well.
That's funny. I had not my family, but I did have my friends at one point say like, you should like put a little color, like, because I always wore black, and then we moved to New York, and that's a very like everyone always wears like dark blacks and stuff like that in New York, and like I remember like
because it's classy, it's classic.
I know, but a couple of friends did have a little bit of an intervention with me, and we're like, let's
you're too gloomy,
you know. And I'm like, all right,
let's
get some rave gear.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love your gothy phase. It just is, it fits into the fuck you, I'm smarter theme because Kelly and I definitely had our fair share of black ripped tights and giant boots and all that fun stuff.
Oh my God. I'm still like everybody has like their coping mechanism when they like have like a breakup or something like, you know, serious happens in their life and they have like an item maybe that they buy. I buy Doc Martens.
I love that.
Yeah.
I need to get back into Docs.
They hurt.
They're very heavy.
Yeah. They hurt when you first get them.
And to break them in.
I always forget that every single time I do it. And I've bought them for my whole life pretty much. So
You'd think you would learn by now.
No.
I love the goth show choir. Like I'm getting
That's a great combo.
Yeah.
Did you like flow through all those groups? Was it pretty like cohesive, or like what was your like crew of people
did you show up to do your job and then like leave and go hang out with the cool kids, or?
You know, I think it's weird. I think I was trying to identify in a lot of different groups because I had like some kind of identity crisis being biracial. And so there was part of me that was like listening to like, you know, rap and like wearing like sweater dresses and like hanging out with the football guys. And then I was just like, I never really stayed in a group. I just kind of floated around like people knew me, and whenever I felt that way, I would sit with them. And if not, I would eat in the library or I would eat in biology class because I just didn't want to deal. Like,
yeah, I feel like I kind of floated around a little bit too. Like I wanted to be in the punk scene, but I was kind of a drama person, but I didn't really want to hang out with the drama people. But then some of the cool kids were actually kind of funny. So I started like dressing more like them. And I'm like, well, that's not really me. Like, so I feel like it's like that weird identity of like,
I think it's just it's a very tough time to be alive at that age, you're
Very
figuring
tough.
out who you are on so many levels. And there's, I can imagine having another like added layer of like being biracial and like what group do I fit into? Like just another layer of like,
and there was like an
fit?
expectation, like, oh, you're mixed, so you have to act like this or you have to act like that. And I code switch a lot back then. I don't really code switch that much anymore. I'm just me, but like every person of color and every person really has to like code switch when they're in a different group. They kind of like talk a little different or adapt.
Absolutely different cultures. You kind of like, it makes sense.
I was used to code switching and I had to figure out when to stop and just be like, who is this? Stop switching things.
Right.
I love your shirt so much.
Oh, thank you.
I am just white, but a lot of people throughout my entire life have come up to me and been like, what are you? And I always thought it was like totally normal to ask someone that until like a couple of years ago. I was like, that is so fucking rude. Like, what are you? Are you out of your mind? So for the listeners, she's wearing a shirt that says, no, what are you? And I just love that so much. Because if you just don't look like 100% white, people just come up to you and they're like, what are you?
Yeah, I mean, I made these t-shirts because I actually
you made them? We'll have to plug that at the end. You'll tell us where you can say it right now, where we buy them.
Yeah, I mean, T Public has like my whole line, and they're all like stay wrote or ethnically ambiguous lead or stuff like that.
Love.
That's great.
And so this is one of them. It comes in different colors and stuff, but I just like I wrote a short film called What Are You? Because like I was tired of being like filling out a form and getting stressed out. And so it's basically a comedic thing about that. And so I
love it.
I was like, what box do I this is like when I was going to school, they didn't have like a multicultural box. And when they did finally get one, you had to pick one that you identified with.
So then it makes you in that moment be like, well, which one do you identify with more? Like, who are you really? Or like, what? Then you feel like, oh, I'm betraying this other half of my identity or whatever.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck you, Dad. Fuck you, Mom.
Right. Which one's the right box?
There is no box that's right for me.
Don't put me in a box, bitches.
Let me in there.
Should we play?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, are you ready to play?
Sure, I'm scared. Let's do it.
Okay,
Don't
great.
Be scared.
Don't
it's going to be so much fun. And
I really like how there's like a penis above your head and it just like...
it's just raining bitches.
Like,
thank you.
I'm seeing a lot of balls bopping on your head. I'm so sorry.
There's a lot of balls on my head. We have no artistic talent in this way, and we got our friends a little toasty and we made them do this for us, and it was really fun and lovely that they did.
I love it.
All right, let me get my little script.
There's even a Stussy. I love it.
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to remember all the things that we used to like draw or,
Yeah, you were super cool if you could draw that. And
Yeah. Do you want to go? Do you want me to go first?
Maybe we go with yours first and like ease in.
Okay. All right. We're going to ease in because mine are pretty like standard today.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome class to nutrition. It's nutrition class, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to nutrition class.
Okay, is this like a home ec type of thing?
Sure, like if home ec were today, they'd probably teach us about nutrition, but like
Right.
instead we just made pillows.
And like
learned how to cook for the man that we're going to marry one day.
right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So this game is in honor of, you have a podcast called Serial Killer.
I do.
And so tell us a little bit about this podcast.
Well, each week we pair a breakfast cereal with a true crime.
Love it.
And we
Love it.
try
That's
the
so great.
cereal and we rate the
Mhm.
cereal. We don't rate the crime. Well, we kind of do, but we also, just basically say knife down for murder always. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Love it.
that's our general.
Well, in honor of Serial Killer, we are going to play a game that is all about cereal.
Ooh.
Because, we ate that cereal almost every day. Did you ladies eat cereal when you were younger?
I
yeah.
never really liked cereal.
I never liked it either, but I feel like it's what breakfast was.
Yeah. I mean, I still have oatmeal every day. Sorry.
I love oatmeal. I actually had oatmeal for breakfast
I
today.
think oatmeal is normal, though. I mean, when you think about the cereals we were eating, like
I think
the
oatmeal
Cinnamon
is
Toast
way more
Crunch,
nutritious.
it's like so much sugar. I can't believe it. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit about cereal today.
Okay. All right.
I
So-
can't wait.
We're going to go back and forth,
Okay.
okay? I will start with our guest.
Okay.
Anastasia, you'll go first. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to give you an A, B, and C. If you get it right, Marsha will give you a point.
Marsha's
back.
Marsha's our producer, assistant. What is she?
Mhm.
She's our producer. I
She
guess.
had COVID. She was out for a little while, but
Mhm.
she's
She's
returned.
here. She's here.
She's here.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Number 1. A cereal is any grass cultivated for the edible components of its grain, composed of the endosperm, germ, and bran. Endosperm. Okay, I looked up endosperm,
Is that?
and it's literally like the sperm of a plant.
Ew,
It's what like
it shoots
it's like
out.
shoots out and makes it happen, basically. It's
Wait, they're
the
like
thing-
shooting their shot all over the place?
It's like when someone
Oh.
says planting their seed, like that's actually because
Spraying
like
it.
they like it doesn't jizz obviously, but it's the jizz of a plant basically.
Does it spray? Does it float?
No, I don't
Does
think
it
it sprays.
Is it do bees do it? Make it spread?
Bees do it, birds do it,
it.
let's do it.
Let's
fall in
fall in love.
That was fun. Okay. The word cereal derives from the word blank. Is it A, Ceres, the Roman goddess of harvest and agriculture? B, Cere. Okay, so Ceres is Ceres. Cere is just Cere, and that's basically part of a bird's beak. And birds eat grains, so they named it off of the beak. Or is it C, Cerium, which is Cerium, which is a type of grain similar to a barley? Which one, A, B, or C?
A.
That is correct. Yes,
The
it's
Greek
Ceres,
goddess.
the Roman
goddess
of harvest and agriculture. Wow, she's off to a running start. I love it. All of those things are real things. Cerium, though, is a chemical element. It's the Ce on an element thingy-mahoo-ha. It's basically a metal. It doesn't matter.
Technical.
All right, Kelly. Very important question coming up. You ready?
Yeah.
The Captain Crunch mascot was born on Crunch Island.
He was not.
in the sea of milk.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
Captain Crunch is actually the mascot's nickname. What is his real name?
He's not real.
Is it A, Pugwash Crunch,
That's horrible.
B, James Cook Crunch, or C, Horatio Magellan Crunch?
So stupid. B. James
Incorrect.
Cook,
Anastasia, do you want to try to steal? Is it Pugwash Crunch or Horatio Magellan Crunch?
I want to go with C just because it's so fun.
That is correct.
Nice.
That is correct.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
And not 2 for 1. I mean, she stole that.
All right.
Nice
I'll
work.
give you both
Stole
a
her.
chance.
Yeah.
I'll give you both a chance. Yell it out, and
Okay.
whoever knows the answer.
Okay.
Who was Magellan?
Who's an
It's the person
explorer?
that
I'm gonna give
Didn't
it to
he?
Kelly.
Didn't he
Do you
go
know the
around the
explorer?
world?
Let's-
Did he?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I was like, did he go around the world and figure out
He
it
did.
was round?
Yeah,
Ah, well, he was.
know.
I'm with her.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He circumnavigated the globe, but I don't know if he was a flat earther or if he figured out if he was round.
No, if he was like
I'm
DOD.
going to give you both a point. 'Cause
Okay.
you knew he was an explorer.
Okay, that's
He
fair.
actually was known for being the explorer of Portugal and later Spain.
Sure.
Portugal was the last place I went outside of the United States.
Was it yours?
I
Kelly?
think that was mine too, actually.
Were you-
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Brother.
That's insanity!
But this was like 2 years ago.
Oh no, this was literally before lockdown. I like came back to the airport and they were like, "We're probably gonna lock down soon," and I was like, "What?"
Oh my
I'm glad he
god.
got back safe. Well, not our friend, but someone we know got stuck in Peru. She's not our friend anymore.
She got stuck
okay.
in Peru. That's
Ooh,
Yeah.
she got stuck.
She could have stayed in Peru for all I
Yeah.
care at this
Oh,
point.
We were worried about her when we liked her.
Yeah.
Okay. Number
Ooh,
3.
shade. Is it recess already?
It came out and
It's okay. It's
it
the
just
truth.
came out.
It's okay.
Number 3.
She
Anastasia.
doesn't listen to this.
Fuck her.
Yeah.
Rice Krispies mascot Snap, Crackle, and Pop briefly had a fourth brother named A. Sizzle, B. Pow, or C. Fizz.
I know
I feel like it's Sea Fizz.
That is incorrect. Kelly, do you want
Ooh.
to try to steal?
it. I think it's POW.
It is!
I feel like I
Pow.
can literally see the word POW on the box with like a starburst behind it.
Yes! Okay.
But that
so
doesn't
they
even
had-
sound like the Rice Krispie.
What is it?
Snap,
Snap,
crackle,
crackle,
pop,
pop, POW!
They got rid of they gave
You needed like us to say it together and have the visual.
Yeah, and the jazz hands really helped when you were
Yeah,
like,
they always do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Pow, they axed Pow. They gave him the old axe.
He
in
just
the-
he wasn't showing up to
1950.
work on time. He was he was a little yeah.
glug.
He was a little handsy, you know.
Okay, for extra credit for both of you, yell out the answer if you know it.
Okay.
What are they?
Elves?
What are Snap, Crackle?
No,
Yes.
what are you?
No, what are you?
No,
Um,
what are you?
What are you?
No.
I'm gonna give it to Anastasia.
Oh wait, what are they?
She said they were elves.
Oh, that sounds
I don't
right.
know.
And like, let's have a real talk right now.
Okay.
Technically, they were gnomes, and I don't want to be.
We don't want
Do we
to.
know
I don't-
the difference?
Do we know the difference?
Oh. Gnomes scare me.
Gnomes sound.
They sound more knobby.
more knobby.
They sound like they have more warts than elves.
Yes.
Elves seem a little bit more like refined,
That's
or just
the
like
difference.
kind of
It's the
fun
warts.
and like nice.
Yeah.
Gnome
Yeah.
sounds like like
the
it's getting
warts.
into troll territory.
Right?
Okay, so fun fact: gnomes with large noses, ears, and hats, Snap, Crackle, and Pop,
That's-
were reimagined as younger, cuter gnomes in
Are we
1949.
being racist against gnomes?
Oh my god.
No, I just
You
didn't
know?
know. I truly didn't know the difference between a gnome.
I don't know.
and
So
a-
They
were
probably
they,
come
like,
from different parts of
creepier?
different like countries or something.
I think they were like, well, honey, think about an adult gnome, probably. They
And
were
then-
knobbier. They were wartier. I think they were creepier.
Oh
I
my
think they did
God.
I think they maybe did a little like a little like a gun with their hands and a little wink. What is it called? They did a little handgun, and then they slipped something in your drink or something.
Yeah. They were
I'm so glad they've
totally.
been replaced.
Me too.
Wait, so are elves the new gnomes?
Wait a minute, though. Are we perpetuating a problem in Hollywood where, like,
Yes, that's what I'm
we
saying.
only love young people and
Right.
old people don't get a chance?
And so, what if you have a wart?
Right.
Oh.
Bring
I used to
back
have a
the
wart.
old gnomes.
I used to have a wart on my hand, and then it got it was like really gross. It was on my thumb, and there's still a scar there when they took it off. There's a keloid there, and they just like, and now people were like, "Oh, you still have the wart?" I'm like, "No, it's a scar."
Who's wart shaming you?
5th graders.
Oh,
I mean, what do you
okay.
expect?
Don't wart shame.
Don't
wart
There
shame.
was a
See,
guy in
let's bring back the
college,
notes.
I wart shame you, who didn't tell his dance partner he had warts and then gave everybody that was his dance partner warts.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
nasty.
different.
You're nasty.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah,
And we
nasty.
know who you
You
are.
know who you are. And, you're
And she's
nasty.
local, so we know where you live,
Mhm.
bitch.
That's right.
I love it. All right, so whose question? It's Kelly's. The first breakfast cereal, originally named Granula, Granula, not granola,
Granula?
Granula, was invented in the U.S. in 1863 by James Caleb Jackson. Granula could be described as being a larger and tougher version of the somewhat similar later cereal, A. Raisin Bran, B. Granola, or C. Grape Nuts.
Grape nuts.
That is cool.
Really?
I've been trying to find a granola canister so that I can put it behind me when I do the podcast, but we have not been able to find one.
Oh, so you know about all this stuff because you do. Yeah, you're into cereals.
Yes.
I've never even heard of granola.
Have you tried Etsy, maybe?
Yeah, I've been looking.
Yeah. All right.
Keep an eye out for
listeners,
you.
if
We
you
actually
see
thought maybe we
granola-
could find an old one and try it, and that would be gross. Don't do that. It'd be like 100 years old.
I love it.
But don't.
But
do it.
All right, Anastasia.
Oh.
Breakfast cereals were invented in the 19th century as an answer to the very unhealthy eating habits of people at the time. They believed that bland food would calm the passions. They would calm it and make them not want to eat the garbage anymore. But now 50% of Americans start their day with cereal, and the cereal industry uses blank pounds of sugar per year. Is it A, 226 million, B, 569 million, or C, 816 million?
B. I don't know.
That's incorrect. So, Kelly, do you think it's 226 or 816?
The most. Whatever the most is.
It's the most. It's 816. 816 pounds of sugar.
816 pounds
Of sugar
of
per
sugar
year.
per year.
And
It doesn't sound like a lot.
Honey Smacks and Golden Crisp are made up of more than 50% sugar.
Wait, 816 pounds of sugar for an entire industry?
Million, right?
Or for one person? I think I missed the question.
They use it, 816 per year. Million. 816
Oh, million!
Million.
That's more like it.
All right, last stupid cereal question.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Now, there's nothing stupid about cereal.
Actually, I'm going to do this one. I like
Well,
this
it's
one.
kind of...
Okay. Anastasia. No. Kelly?
Yeah.
Kelly. Cereal boxes love giving out prizes.
Yeah.
Remember all those prizes?
Mm-hmm.
The strangest prize was when Quaker Oats, Anastasia's favorite, gave an interesting prize in their cereals.
I had
in
Quaker Oats for breakfast.
1950s. What was the prize in the 1950s?
It
that
was a weird. It
strangest?
was a weird one. Okay.
Was it A, a piece of Canadian land? B, a guest appearance on a Canadian TV show? Or C,
Is it
a
based-
Canadian cow?
Is it based in Canada? Quaker Oats? Oh. I'm going to say a piece of land.
That is correct.
That's wild.
Isn't that wild? So, an advertisement for their cereals and a CBS TV show, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, they gave a deed of land for 1 square inch of Yukon land for every box top from their cereal. So they were giving out land in Canada. Also,
Huh.
who knew
I bet
that Yukon was in Canada? I did.
I did.
After looking it up.
I don't know exactly where it is.
I know it's in
I don't
Canada,
know.
but
I
I
looked
don't
it
know.
up.
It's north. It's
I-
super north.
But they have potatoes.
It's like
right?
north of the north.
I didn't know they.
Potatoes.
I
Oh,
thought it was
Yukon
potatoes.
Yukon Gold.
Yes.
I don't know.
Did you know those
Have
were
you-
Canadian?
Have you
Are there?
ever gotten a potato out of the ground? Like
No.
dug for potatoes.
Have you?
Yeah, like it was like one of those kitschy things to do in Santa Rosa when I was visiting my sister. Like, let's go pick our own potatoes. And I was like, this sucks. Like, you have to
I love
dig
that.
in the ground and maybe find these little balls every once in a while.
Oh,
You're
they're
like this.
little guys.
You're like this is not a vacation.
I don't like this. Why am I paying for this? My people have to
Right.
do this, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
just taking notes. She doesn't like picking her own potatoes.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, I don't.
Mad at potatoes.
All right, well, that was Serial Killer, and please listen to her podcast, Serial Killer.
you.
When does it? How often do you put it out?
Every week on Mondays.
Great. On
Yeah,
Monday.
every
Sweet.
a new true crime and serial pairing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. So after you listen to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, head on over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, kids. Are we ready to go to psychology class?
I mean,
Sure.
I guess.
So once again, based on Anastasia's podcast, Serial Killer, we are going to psychology class and we're going to talk about serial killers.
Now, I know you're excited, but this is not my forte. I am afraid of everything, so here we go.
You're afraid of everything, so you don't like to learn about this kind of
No,
stuff.
I don't
Yeah.
like to. No,
Yeah.
I won't. Sleep
Wait,
at
so
night.
you don't fall asleep to investigation discovery like I do?
No, I'm afraid of everything.
Oh, see, I
watched
can't
the
fall
Cecil
asleep.
Hotel though.
Oh, that one. That was pretty creepy.
It was a little
It was
creepy,
good.
but I didn't watch it right before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Lindsay
sleep
doesn't watch
unless-
horror movies or anything like that will
Oh.
disturb her sensitive
She
constitution.
She listens right before bed though.
I definitely listen to true crime. It's not my go-to before bed, but if I'm already listening to it and like I like want to finish it, I'll listen to it, but I don't like to fall asleep to it. Like once I'm in bed and like I'm done with my true crime, then I'll go to like a going to sleep podcast or something like that.
Oh, see, I do an audiobook where it's like either a horror movie, like a horror based on. I like to fall asleep to destruction. You know, just
It makes sense. Oh, I fully get it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I survived.
Yeah. It's like, well, that's terrible, but I'm right here and I'm nice and warm and cozy and everything's fine.
I mean,
It's
I
my
admire
survivor feel.
Yeah.
You don't have survivor guilt, you have survivor pleasure.
I do. I'm like, oh, I survived again. Yes.
Yes, I made it through another day. All
Explains
right.
my dreams so much.
So that's the thing that that's what I'm worried. That's why I'm like I need a little bit of a limit because like I have in the past kind of overindulged in the true crime and it will start to disturb me mentally a little bit after a while. I'm like I don't want to go to bed feeling afraid.
Yeah.
You murdered a guy.
I mean I'm already paranoid, so you know.
She lives alone with many windows.
But there's bars on them, and everything is always locked. I check it a million times.
Are you listening? She lives alone.
Are you
with
trying?
many
You're
windows.
literally trying to get me killed right now? I thought you were my best friend.
They were best friends. And they had a
She's going
podcast
to
together.
Peru.
Wow, what a monster. Well, talking about monsters.
Oh.
Let's start talking about serial killers. We're first going to start with someone who's not a serial killer, but who was one of the first criminal profilers of serial killers. So his name is John Edward Douglas, okay? He was born in Brooklyn, New York, and is a veteran of the U.S. Air Force. And he has a bunch of degrees in, like, sociology, psychology, counseling, and comparing techniques for teaching police officers how to classify homicides. So he was basically the one who, like, started this... like what we know today as like profiles, right?
Okay.
Of serial killers. So he would he helped catch many killers, but one example of when his profile was instrumental was in the arrest of a serial killer named Robert Hansen. Who, this is just like an example of like what profiling is. So Douglas thought that the killer would be an experienced hunter with low self-esteem, have a history of being rejected by women, and would feel compelled to keep souvenirs of his murders, such as jewelry. He also suggested that the assailant might stutter. So when they found this guy, he literally had every single one of those things. So like this guy is fucking onto something.
And then he wrote the song bop da da do bop da da do bop da da do
So my question, Lindsey, we'll give this one to you. That was beautiful. Thank you guys.
I knew we could all get on board.
I don't know why I'm giving this one to you, Lindsey. I think because it's, you know what, I'm going to give it to Anastasia because I was trying to give it to you because I feel like she'll know more. So I was trying to give you what I think is an easy one. Okay. But I'm going to give it to Anastasia.
Yeah, why not?
You know, she's our guest. Yeah. So my question to you is, what U.S. intelligence agency was he a part of that he joined in 1970, where he began researching and traveling around the country, interviewing serial killers and developing his profiling technique? He was, and by the way, he was, oh, never mind. That's another question. Is it A, the CIA, B, the FBI, or C, the INR, the Bureau of Intelligence and Research?
B?
That is correct.
What was the FBI?
FBI.
Okay.
That is
correct.
correct.
Been my guess as well. Okay.
Didn't he establish the behavioral science unit there?
Yes, he did. Absolutely. See, I knew she would know this one.
Extra credit. I thought I wanted to become one of those. So my mom, when I was like 10 years old, took me to the FBI to get all the qualifications of what I'd have to do that. And then I was like, nah, I'll just play one on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best of both worlds right there.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Like, that is a lot of school.
So much school. I am out.
And sitting in a small room and like, look how bright you are. Like, do you want to sit in a small, dark room? Like,
kind of. Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of, though. In her goth phase.
Yeah.
Extra credit, you guys can shout it out. Can you tell me any of the TV characters that were based on this man, John Douglas? There's been some TV characters. One pretty recent series.
The Mindhunter series.
That is correct. Mindhunter.
Any of the Criminal Minds guys.
That is correct. Those are the only two ones that I wrote down. That is correct. Give her 2 points.
2? Oh, wow.
Yeah, give her 2 points. If you had gotten one as well, I would have given you a point.
It's not my say. Marcia gives her what Marcia gives her.
We can't tell Marcia what to do. We're not in charge.
Marcia.
Exactly.
The worst.
All right, Lindsey.
Yes.
Serial killers can be classified as organized or disorganized, and on that spectrum, they'll fall into 4 broad types. So there's more, but this is like the basic types, right? Okay. There's a lot of subtypes, but they can be a visionary killer, a mission-oriented killer, a hedonistic killer, or a power and control killer. I'm just asking you, which is the most common? Visionary? Mission? I can tell you about them. Visionary those are the ones who have voices in their head. Yes. Maybe they're schizophrenic, maybe whatever.
I think that's probably the most popular.
Mission-oriented, feel like it's their mission in life to kill certain types of people. Right. I'm going to kill all of the sex workers in the area or whatever. Hedonistic serial killers they kill for the pure thrill and joy of it, engaging in cruel and perverted sexual activity. And then power and control serial killers gain more satisfaction from exercising complete control over their victims rather than from a bloodlust.
I feel like it's either A or the last one. I'm going to go with A.
It's actually the hedonistic serial killers.
Wow, that's rough.
That is really rough.
I guess the optimist in me just didn't want that to be true.
Yeah. I know, it's rough.
Wow.
So, Anastasia, the next question is for you.
Okay.
Which of these 4 types can be broken down into 2 subcategories? And so one of those 4 that I just named is broken down into 2 subcategories, which are lust or thrill killers and comfort-oriented killers.
Is it D?
It is not. Lindsey, do you want to guess?
Lust, what?
So one of these types, visionary, mission-oriented, hedonistic, power and control, one of those is broken into lust and thrill killers and comfort-oriented killers.
The visual? The visionary?
Visionary.
Visionary?
No.
What
It's
is
actually
it?
the hedonistic serial killer. So, lust and thrill killer subtype. This person has a vital connection between sexual gratification and personal violence. They murder because killing is an eroticized experience. Their crimes are process focused. They take time to complete, and can include things like cannibalism, dismemberment, necrophilia, torture, mutilation,
It's really
That's just a
unfortunate.
Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's unfortunate that this is the most popular one. I really just hoped it would be like,
I
I'm
know.
crazy, so I'm murdering someone.
I know.
Hmm.
Well,
That's
that's
talking
what
about
probably
serial
most-
killers, not like
This is serial
murder.
killer,
Yeah.
not just a murder. This
Yeah.
is more,
Right.
yeah,
Right?
pathological.
You guys are right. And when you're right, you're right.
I know. That's what I've heard.
These
And
are
then
like the doll baby people. You know, they want to keep a doll, and you're the doll in the basement. No, okay.
Yeah.
I saw you.
That's why I don't date.
That's similar.
Truly.
You never
Truly.
know where you'll end
Very
up.
No, every time Lindsay would ever go on a date, I'm like, give me his name. I need his
Yeah,
social security
always.
number. I need to know his
Where
mother's
do they
maiden
work?
name. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, so the flip side of that, or I don't know if it's the flip side, but the other subtype of the hedonistic serial killer is the comfort-oriented serial killer who kill for personal gain, like killing for profit. And I think that's one of the reasons why this type is the most common. One of the reasons, because a lot of people kill for money. And
Every time it's like life insurance, you know, it's always life
exactly
insurance.
like, let's take out a life
Right.
insurance policy on my husband, and then he got really sick. I don't know how.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and those are more likely to be women, this type.
I never understand the people who like kill their whole family, and it's like, well,
The
why
family
don't you just
annihilators.
move?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just?
They can't.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
she can tell. Anastasia will tell you. She knows.
I was like, it's usually males, and they feel.
You want
like
to take
they
this
failed.
one? Yeah.
I was like, they usually feel like they failed in some way, and they want to either restart their whole restart, and not fail, or they failed so bad, like they just want everybody gone. Yeah, to not
It's
deal with the
crazy.
failure.
It's
Yeah.
all like the male ego.
It's like you could just literally walk away and move.
Right. Because if that's what you're going to do anyway, is
Yeah.
go try to start a new life somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
So.
Somehow it's less shameful to murder your entire family than to just walk away
Unreal.
and admit your failures.
I mean,
That's why I'm
annihilators.
afraid. I mean, I'm afraid of marriage because what if he just murders me one day?
I mean, that's
Not
like just
crazy.
No,
I mean,
it's not
no,
crazy.
it's
That's
not.
a risk you
Who
take when you enter a
knows?
relationship with someone. You're
Yeah.
much more likely to be killed by your spouse if you get married.
Yeah, it's true.
That's just
See,
that's
you
just
guys are
math.
proving my point. Bradley, you listening?
Does he listen? Bradley, if you
I
kill
know
her,
his mom listens.
Bradley, if you kill her, I will
I hope
fucking
you
track
raised him
down. I will
What cereal do you want to
fucking
be
kill you.
paired with?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, please, please, please.
All right.
Now, do you pair it based on the killer or the victim?
Me, obviously, look at this.
In this case,
Either way that we can justify it. We have to
Got it.
actually
Got it.
justify why we paired it every
Yes.
week, and this is the hardest part.
I
Yeah,
bet it is.
Because they lucky charms because they weren't lucky.
Oh, that's
good.
hilarious.
It's
good.
hard. It's hard.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Wow.
Well, if I go missing, his name is Bradley. He lives in the. I'm just kidding.
Did you hear that Chrissy Teigen puts a letter in her pocket that says, like, if I'm dead, it's John, just so he won't move on after.
That is.
I'm upset. I mean, I was already obsessed with her.
Incredible.
She's fucking incredible. That is,
Yeah.
I love her so
I like
much,
that.
and
That's
I
a
love
good
their
idea.
love. But I think she's amazing.
She's perfect.
That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Lindsay, this is your question, right? Yes.
I think I just did one. Oh no, maybe it is. It's mine.
It's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours. The Mcdonald Triad refers to the idea that there are 3 signs that can indicate whether someone will grow up to be a serial killer or some other kind of violent criminal. What are these 3 early warning signs, Lindsay? And you look at Anastasia. You know she knows this. She's so excited to steal.
There's no A, B, and C.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You're a guesser.
They kill an animal.
Yes.
They don't look people in the eyes.
No, because autistic people don't look people in the eyes.
I don't know.
Come
They
on.
have no friends.
No, most serial killers actually have families.
All right, I just knew they kill animals.
That's great.
Fires. They start fires.
Yes!
They start fires.
Oh my gosh.
And
One
they
more.
hurt,
One, no.
a family member.
No.
They steal.
Oopsies. I made a poopy poo.
Oh, they shit.
No,
they play
not
with their
shit. Not shit. Not a poopy. A whoopsie. I made a whoopsie.
They piss all over themselves all the
Yes, they wet the bed.
Do I get a point?
Yeah, you get a point. You can have a point.
I was like, pee.
She was like,
is she on a waterfall? Like, is she going down a water slide? What?
I love that so much. Oh my god, that is freaking.
I'm so glad you're our first guest on YouTube Live. This is so fun.
I'm very expressive.
Yes,
I love this. All right. Oh, this is interesting.
Uh-oh.
All right, Anastasia, I read the New York Post article, so who knows if it's true. But I got some information on there about murder method based on IQ, which we all know is like a stupid. It's intelligence, it's biased, whatever. But they have like based on IQ, you can, or based on the murder method can be linked to like higher or lower IQ. So there's like a range. So I'm going to tell you the different murder methods, and then you're going to tell me what you think the top 3 IQs would be for their murder weapon of choice. So we have bomb. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We have bomb, poison, strangle, stab, gun, and bludgeon. Which do you think is linked to like the 3? What do you think the 3 highest IQs would be?
So I was going to say bomb.
Bludgeon.
So bomb. Yeah.
Did you say strangle?
Bomb, poison, strangle, stab, gun, bludgeon.
I would say bomb, strangle, stab.
Oh, you're so close.
The highest?
Bomb, strangle.
But I'm going to tell you, bomb and strangle are in the top 3. But it's not stab.
And so the other ones are
poison, gun, bludgeon.
Oh, I bet I know which one it is.
I guess it would be poison.
Yes!
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's correct.
Poison.
Because it's the woman's weapon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, but the
Munchausen by proxy.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with poison. I have a personal history with that.
Thankfully not personal, but tangentially, yeah. Have we talked about that on the show? Or are you allowed to talk about that?
I don't know.
You're not ready to talk about it. We'll talk about it another
It's not
time.
that I'm not ready. I just don't know if I should talk about it. I had a neighbor.
You're not going to tell anyone their name.
Growing up, I had a neighbor that was accused of that.
This is breaking news. Fuck you, I'm smarter. Breaking news. I've been trying to get Lindsey to talk about this for years.
We were very close with the family.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was a very interesting...
The girl is fine.
The girl's fine.
The child survived.
The girl's fine. Very interesting, like hard copy would be like knocking on our door, asking us questions, and they were the most lovely family ever. But yeah, very interesting. I'll send you some info offline.
Yeah, I was like, did they make a Lifetime movie about it? Because
No, but it's one of the most famous cases.
Surprised that they have. Well, they probably didn't want to give them rights.
Yeah, it's one of the most famous cases, and it's in a lot of like psychology books and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's Eminem.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
No, what I was going to say about the poison thing is like, it never really works out. And so
I'm sure it has.
No, but it's so traceable. It's so easy to trace. So
but if it's traced, sometimes it depends who's getting killed. It depends who's doing it. It's not always traced.
Have we done this on the podcast, Kelly? If
What?
you were going to kill someone, how would you do it? Have we done this on the pod?
I'm sure we have.
Okay, well, I just want to tell Anastasia.
I think ours are the same.
Usually on like a second date, I'll be like, hey, icebreaker, like if you were going to kill someone, like how would you do it? And I'm like, I'll go first. And I'm like, I would take you to a hike and I would accidentally push you off a cliff. Like, I wouldn't even be like, and now I'm going to kill you, because if they live, then you look guilty. So I would just be like, oh my
No
God,
speech.
it's a mistake. And then I would be like, oh my God, I did it. The guy that I'm dating now was like, okay. I would cut you up in tiny little pieces, and then, like, see that thing over there? I would throw you in that thing, kind of like Breaking Bad, and then I'd melt your body. And I was like, oh my, oh no. He said he was going to strangle me to death before he cuts me into pieces.
Okay.
That is the third
That's what he said.
highest intelligent way to do it.
Really?
Yeah, it goes in the order of bomb, poison, strangle.
All right, I'll have to let him know. He's a
Stop,
smarty.
throwing off the cliff isn't on here, though. I think
You're so
dumb.
smart that you would want to strangle me. I mean, like, that's so smart.
You must have a really
So
high
how would you do it, Anastasia, if you were going to kill someone?
I'd like to say that I'd be really smart and methodical about it, as much as I do watch and read about true crime and stuff. But I, being the Scorpio I am, would probably get caught immediately, because I would probably do it publicly, like by running them over with a car or something.
Yeah.
Just full
I
anger.
would have to get that, because I want to be realistic and truthful. I mean, I would love to say that I would be slick, but I would just be filled with rage.
Right.
But it's a lot more likely it would happen this way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably more likely.
I respect that. I respect that.
I'm sorry.
Kelly?
I failed us.
No.
I'd like to be there. I'd like to see it and support it.
This is a safe space. Thank you for being honest.
Thank you.
How do you think you would do it?
No, I've always thought I would do the cliff thing, because it makes the most sense. I don't want to have a body on my hands.
I don't want a body on my
I don't want a
hands.
body to deal with.
So it has very bad thing.
It has to be some way to get the body away from me. I don't want to have to pick it up. I don't want to have to dispose of it. I don't want to have to cut someone up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Throw them off the
cut
cliff.
somebody off. Yeah, have to.
I don't want to have to do that.
Don't have to do that, you guys.
Don't make me have to kill you and cut up your body into tiny little pieces. I think you go to a remote place and you find a way to kill them that makes it look like an accident. So you.
I mean, that's a lot of involvement. You have to
a gun, and the gun went off. Like, you have to have some way. You have to have some way of making it look like an accident.
I'm a compulsive hiker. It's getting me through the anxiety of COVID, so it's perfect.
It's okay. I'm a compulsive dance class person, so I get it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Unfortunately, that's not a great way to kill someone.
Dancing?
Dance class?
It's not foolproof. Yeah. Wow,
I would not be a good killer. I'm just gonna tell you, everybody would know.
I wouldn't either. I don't have a lot of aggressive tendencies, so I think
I do, but not murderous.
I mean, I think most, I remember one time I was watching a movie with my boyfriend at the time, and this girl found out he was her boyfriend was cheating on him, and she followed him with a helicopter and all this stuff, and he turned to me and he goes, "Don't worry, I know it'd be so much more worse than that with you." Well, good.
Just so you know,
I don't
try getting yourself into anything.
He already knew. You had him trained.
They know.
That's
I guess.
Incredible.
I mean, I guess.
All right, I just have one more quick question about serial killers. Lindsey.
Yes.
Who does the FBI list as the most prolific known U.S. serial killer? Is it A, Ted Bundy, B, Gary Ridgway, or C, Samuel Little?
Huh. As the what?
The most prolific. He killed the most people.
I don't know.
It's hard to say because
I only know who one of them is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, then
Ted
you just
Bundy,
have to
because
guess.
he's the only one I know.
No.
I don't know the other two.
That's
Who
okay. Serial killers, they're horrible. Horrible people.
How many did they kill?
A lot.
How many?
I'll tell you in a minute. Anastasia, do you want to try to steal? That is correct.
Little, but not so little.
That's true.
I mean, he's not the tallest guy, but
yeah, he's when this article was written, didn't source it, don't know where it came from, but he was 79 at the time of the article that I copied and pasted. And this FBI confirmed that he was the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history. To date, he has confessed to 93 murders, has been matched to 50 cases with more pending final confirmation.
He made paintings of them all too, and he's like,
wait, is he the one that just got caught recently?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
yeah,
that
he
guy
did.
was doing painting.
It's this. Well, he was sentenced in 2014.
Yeah, I mean, relatively.
Yeah.
He's still making the paintings, I think. Hey,
Oliver.
I was like, is it mine? It's not mine.
Absolutely not. Behind the scenes footage of dogs barking.
And he's black, so that's also a big deal.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to be like, but
like, yeah, we do it too.
We do it too. But then it's like,
well, yeah, because there is a stereotype.
Not only do we do it, but we did it well. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
you did it the best.
Well, yeah, I mean, he won.
You did it the best.
He fully won. Yeah.
Now,
and I'm like,
I only know about white serial killers, and then the guy, the Night Stalker, was Hispanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes all kinds. Truly, it does take all kinds.
Is this guy? Are there a lot of black serial killers?
Yeah, there's a lot of everybody serial killers. Like truly, it's not. It doesn't discriminate.
Mm-hmm. I do like I used to do a stand-up joke about it, but I said like the way that like white men kill typically is a lot scarier to me than people of color, because they just have like this privilege that like extends onto like I can just do whatever I want with you.
Like the Ted Bundy sort of like
like, just shoot me in the street. Like don't make me into
they can wear
creature.
Totally. Yeah,
they're literally wearing a police uniform while they're killing you. I mean, it's like they can literally do whatever they want.
Absolutely terrifying.
I remember one time I was like alone on a street with a guy, and I forget if he was black or Hispanic, and I wanted to turn to him and be like, it's just because you're a man. Like, men scare the shit out of me. I remember there was white men scare me more than any man, but like any man scares me. But I wanted to like look at him and be like, I'm afraid of men.
Right.
I'm afraid of men.
Yes, I'm alone. You're a man. Don't be near me.
Like, end of story. Yeah.
That's it. No, I get it.
Like,
but then you have to talk to him, so you didn't need to.
I know. I was just like inside, just being like, I hope he knows it's just because he's a man. Like, I hope that men are terrible.
No, he went home and he was like, that woman.
He was like, she thought she's racist. She just thought.
I was like, I swear, I'm just sexist.
Yeah,
I swear to you.
Honestly. Nothing to do
Please believe me.
Just your penis. It has nothing to do with it.
Exactly. If you didn't have a penis, we'd be fine.
No, white men are scary. They really are.
Yeah. Well, you do have an image of the serial killer because I don't know, maybe they were caught more. I don't know. I feel like you do hear about them more.
Oh, yeah.
And there used to be like the profile of like, that was like kind of like a stereotypical serial killer profile, right? But then they did like demographically, they broke it down, and it's not really, I don't think there's really any one does more than another, like racial group or whatever.
Well, I mean, if we looked at the statistics of mass shootings, it would be very white. I mean,
and that's just another type of serial killing, isn't it?
There hasn't been that many that weren't white that I can remember from my lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's mostly been going on in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Who's more likely to go shoot up a school or a church? It's a white.
Yeah.
A white man. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Ugh. Yeah.
You know.
Ugh.
Oh, this is so fun to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
Go to recess and get off of this topic.
Yes, please.
Recess.
Oh, remember recess?
Recess. Sweet
recess.
babies. Sweet baby angels.
What did you typically eat like at recess? Did you have any like fun snacks?
Anything and everything that was put in front of my face.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on like what grade I was in. Like when I was in grammar school, we used to have like a milk cart, like where it had like chocolate milk and regular milk and coffee cake which is like legendary. Like the LA County coffee cake is like a legendary recipe that you can find on the internet.
You can find it?
You can. I found it. It's been around since like the 30s or something like that. It's really, but anyway, when I was a kid,
Will you send us that recipe?
Yeah, I'll find it. Because
I'll send you Munchausen. You send me the recipe.
Yes.
I'll send you Munchausen. You send me something to munch on.
Exactly. My sister was like, can you find that recipe again? And I was like, yeah, I'll find it. It's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's...
Did you ever eat those? Okay. If you had to choose between those crackers with the gross cheese in the middle or the crackers with the peanut butter in the middle, which one would you choose?
Ooh.
Well, when you put it like gross cheese, I'm going to say gross cheese because I love them. I still buy them, but now I buy them organic from Whole Foods. Okay.
Oh, well, there you go. That's fine then. Yeah.
Also, I'm allergic to peanut butter, so.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
She had a peanut allergy. Wow, you're ahead of your time.
We didn't know I had a peanut allergy then, though.
We thought that
I never heard of that until like 5 years ago.
You had it, but it hadn't been invented yet, so nobody knew.
I had so many allergies back then, and I was just like always like I was on allergy shots, and I was like dying all the time. And then it wasn't until my 30s or maybe my 20s that we found out like half of them. And then I was like,
shit!
Oh my god, my mom's not a bad cook. I'm just allergic to
everything.
Oh my god. I would choose the cheese as well.
Really?
I like the peanut butter ones. I would like to have both, ideally. I'd like a variety. But if you put a gun to my hands and I had to choose, I would choose the cheese. I love cheese.
Who does that, though? Who puts a gun to your head and says peanut butter or cheese, you know?
I'm sure there's a serial killer who's into that kind of thing.
Would that be your MO? That would be your MO, right? That would be your
cheese or peanut butter. Did you take a bite or did you twist them off and eat the middle and then eat the cracker?
I don't know how to twist it.
You never twisted the two crackers and like...
I just ate it.
Nah.
Oh,
but I'm assuming you did.
I liked the twisty.
I think I would just eat it. Like, I didn't think that hard about it.
I like the twisty. I mean, I don't eat my Oreos like that these days. Some people do.
Ugh.
You gotta dip it.
You have to dip it in milk.
Yeah.
I don't go near milk. I don't.
She's wrong. Don't listen to her, Anastasia.
Oat milk?
I would rather have an oat milk or soy. I don't really like the taste of almond, to be honest. Anyway.
Wow.
Anastasia, when we asked you about recess, you said that you had some embarrassing stories. Do you want to share one with us?
Sure. I'm trying to figure out which one I should. Which one did you lean towards? Did you?
Whatever you want to tell.
Okay. All right. Well, so I thought I was like looking real hot on the first day of middle school. I was wearing like these like huge platform heels from Skechers.
From Delia's.
Skechers, but yeah, close. Yes. You know, had my Delia's dress on. You know,
definitely
looking fly.
Love Delia's.
And there's this big like concrete like stairwell in my school, and so I'm just like walking down all fly, and then I fell down not one, but two flights, which was hard because there's like a little platform.
Right.
So I rolled with such gusto that I fell down both.
Oh my God.
And then I was that girl who fell down the stairs.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Oh, that is the worst. Did that like stick with you for a while? Also, were you hurt? That's a lot of stairs.
I mean, not really. I wasn't hurt, just like emotionally hurt.
Yeah, she had to get up and she had to like brush that shit off and pretend like it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was like,
I meant to do that. I like to make an entrance. I'm in drama.
I'm gonna go in the bathroom and cry for the rest of my life.
Yeah. No, it stuck around for like a good month. And then
that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, somebody did something
it
worse.
Could be worse, but. So. Yeah, right. You're always, which is so terrible that you're just waiting for someone to embarrass themselves worse than you did, so the attention can shift to them. It's such a Lord of the Flies situation in middle school.
I'm not the smoothest, you know, like I'm not the smoothest person, so I have a lot of embarrassing.
Yeah, you're in good company.
Did you have another one that you wanted to tell?
One that comes to mind is I only went to one high school dance the whole time I was in high school. And it was like, I guess they call it the backwards dance or whatever, even though I didn't ask anybody, but I went with this guy from show choir. So he was gay. And and I when I got there, my dress broke, like the strap of my dress broke.
Oh no.
And then I like tried to put on his boutonniere and I accidentally stabbed him, so he had blood all over his shirt. So I had to
my God.
And then he got really pissy at me in the middle of the dance and he was like, I only took you out of pity. And I was like, honey, you're gay. What does it matter? I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, what are you talking?
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then my ex-boyfriend was there with his new, it was great. It was great. I love dances.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And it makes me really glad that I avoided most of my high school dances.
I don't think I went to any. I may have gone to one, but I don't really remember.
I think I went to like a middle school one. And then
I went to all the middle school ones.
I think I went to middle school one or ones, but I don't remember ever going to high school. I didn't go to my prom. Lindsey went to my prom. Mm-hmm. I didn't know her, but she went with a boy at my school.
I don't think I went into your prom. I think I was on drugs.
Oh, right. You did acid outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think we went in. I would remember going
That
in.
makes more sense, yeah.
All right,
should we get back to class?
Fuck prom.
Sure.
All right, let's
prom.
do it. All right, we're going to do a fun little sassy game. So you, my dear, were in newspaper class? Newspaper...
Is it another team?
Club? It's a club?
I don't know what they call it. We ran our own school newspaper.
You ran the newspaper.
I love it.
I'm like, put it to the presses. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was not in newspaper, and I don't really remember our school newspaper.
I did newspaper in middle school.
You did? All right. Well, I went down a little deep dive, and I went down to find like the top 10 most popular newspaper stories, like biggest stories in our lifetime.
Oh.
And I'm only going to do like
I feel like they're
6
all
of
going to be
them.
bad.
I know.
They're a little rough, but we'll make them fun.
Okay.
A little fun spin on it.
Too soon.
I called this game Comics and Cocktails just because that's the name of your other podcast that you have.
Yes.
Because I thought I'm going to be real honest. I was like, I'm going to do a quiz about comic books. But Kelly doesn't know anything about comic books, so I was going to find like a creative spin, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, reading all this stuff about comic books, I'm like, Kelly's not going to know any of these, so I'm going to just do something completely different. But then I never renamed it. So that's how Comics and Cocktails.
Great. So, and it's unrelated, an unrelated title.
Completely unrelated.
I love the work you're doing here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with Anastasia. Why not?
Okay.
Number 1. When JFK was assassinated. See, I told you it was going to be fun!
Oh my God. Okay.
When JFK was assassinated in 1963, Lyndon B. Johnson stepped in as president and took the oath of office, A, a week after JFK was laid to rest, B, at JFK's funeral, or C, as soon as Kennedy was pronounced dead. When did he take over as president?
See?
That is correct. Literally on Air Force One, 99 minutes after he died, flying. That's when he did it.
He waited an hour and a half.
I mean, I guess.
I think you
Probably
can't
just
really have no president.
You
Right.
can't have no president.
kind of rough, though. I mean, like,
Yeah, no,
here
it's
we go.
rough. Yeah, it's not great.
Not great. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
The journey of Apollo 11. See, not a tragedy. Huge story, not a tragedy. The journey of Apollo 11.
But there
The
was
moon
one.
landing.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
Nope, don't talk about the other one.
Okay.
The moon landing. They had an estimated audience of more than 700 million on the television. So when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed, Buzz Aldrin was the first person to blank on the moon.
Jizz.
I was going to say jack off.
Oh.
But then
Is that not the answer?
No.
Okay.
A, take communion. B, play
Did they-
golf.
I bet they fucking did take communion.
B, play golf. Or C, do a little butt dance.
Oh, I want to say butt dance, but I think I bet he fucking took communion.
That is correct. Yes. I'll tell you all about it.
Is it like a
Can't
space
wait.
union? Like
If the wafer just like floats away.
He took the communion bread. He carried it in a plastic packet, the way like their weird space food is wrapped. He did that.
Right.
He carried the wine in a vial, and he poured it into a small silver chalice. I don't know how he did that in space,
I don't
but
know.
apparently he did it. Before taking communion, he read from John 15:5.
Will you read to us now?
Which he had.
This is why we brought you here, Anastasia. It was really for this. This was all a lead up to us. We're going to read the Bible to you.
Yes.
you're converting me?
Okay,
Cool.
paper.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read it as Buzz Aldrin.
Okay.
Okay.
But not now. Not then. Now.
Okay.
Is he alive? I don't know.
Is he the one that's alive?
I think he might. I am the vine.
Little.
You are the branches. Whoever remains in me, and I in him, will bear much fruit, for you can do nothing without me.
Oh.
Wow.
How was that?
I think that's like really manipulative, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, I'm God, basically. I just stepped on the moon, so I am God. Praise me now. Is he alive?
He is alive.
He's alive!
It's alive!
He's alive!
Anastasia.
Uh-huh.
President Nixon's resignation in 1974 was one of the biggest news stories of all time. Before Nixon was president, he A, owned a gas station, B, had an orange juice business, or C, worked as a food scientist.
Who is this again? Sorry.
President Nixon.
Oh, Nixon. Okay.
B?
That is correct.
Oranges?
Yes.
Orange juice business.
So his family had a farm and it failed. So his dad opened a gas station and like a kind of like a corner store in California. He's from California. So then in 1938, Nixon and several investors attempted to strike it rich, making California orange juice. But something happened where what their whole plan was, we're not going to freeze the concentrate. We're going to freeze the actual orange juice. That was like their big $1 million idea. And it completely failed, completely tanked, and they went bankrupt after just 18 months.
And so then he got into politics?
Yeah, I guess so.
Naturally, after you
I mean,
freeze
he-
orange juice, you would
He
do
was
that.
a lawyer. He went to law school. He was like a lawyer, but he did the orange juice thing, I guess. Oh,
You know, we all, listen,
We all get into
if
orange
you don't, we all have our orange juice phase, you know, some people have a goth phase, some people have a
orange juice phase.
murdering your boyfriend phase. I don't know,
Totally.
you know, there's a lot of ways to express one's joie de vivre or whatever you call it.
Sure.
Joie. Joie?
Joie.
Joie. I don't
Kelly.
speak French. Yes.
Sorry, I burped.
Thank you.
Okay, the Oj Simpson trial in
Oh, speaking of
1995.
OJ, is that really what you did? Did you really just do that?
I did it.
Okay.
Oliver, get
He's
down.
fine. He's fine. He's fine. Leave him alone.
Okay,
He's
the
my
Oj
child.
Simpson trial in 1995 became a live news soap opera created because of the TV cameras in the courtroom. How much do you think that trial cost the taxpayers in total per month?
Ooh.
Was it A, $8,000 per month, B, $80,000 per month, or C, $800,000 per month?
I don't really know about like numbers and money and taxes, so I'm just gonna go with the middle one.
That is incorrect. Anastasia, do you want to try to steal?
C.
That is
$800,000
$800,000
a month.
to keep
My,
up
my
with
dad
the
was
month.
working for the city at the time.
Oh shit! Really?
Really?
What was he doing?
Yeah. My dad was a chief street use inspector, so he was the one that like oversaw the permits and all that. Like
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Yes, I remember. We watched it in school. They turned it on
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
we watched it.
yeah, it was intense.
The The time
Really
he spent
intense.
on suicide watch cost taxpayers $81,000, after which the price of incarceration averaged to about $55.69 a day. According to the LA County Auditor's Office, the case cost the city about $800,000 a month.
Wow.
Crazy town, right?
That's a lot.
All right, Anastasia.
It was big news. Big news.
Now, this was big news in Florida.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
The election night debacle in
2000?
2000? Is that how we said that?
What?
It's just 2000?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you call it?
My brain was
2000?
like, that doesn't make sense.
What would you call it? What? 2000? Is that what
20.
2000 is what you wanted to say?
2000. Yeah.
Because we say like 20 whatever.
Oh,
2021.
2000.
In the year 2000.
Oh my God. Okay. The election night debacle in 2000 was
I love that sounds weird to you
It's
right
hilarious.
now. Are you feeling okay? Yeah.
I feel like I'm high. It
That's
was a
sweet.
disaster and
Are you?
beyond newsworthy. All the networks gave the razor-close race for Florida's electoral votes to Al Gore, and then they later gave them to George W. Bush, who then won the White House a month later after the Supreme Court ruled against a recount.
Right.
Now, I had revisited, while we were waiting for the counts for Biden, through a documentary called Something Counts, Something Votes. Oh, what's the name of that doc?
Didn't see it.
It's about Miami and Aileen Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. It was about like Florida stuff?
It was why Florida went red. And
Oh,
it was
interesting.
really interesting. It's called
Red
like
state.
87
Just kidding.
votes. I think it's called 87 votes or something.
Huh.
And they show news footage where they're like, Al Gore's the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Al Gore's the winner. And then they're like, I guess Al Gore's not the winner. It's like excruciating to watch.
Oh my God.
So on air during this time, NBC's Tom Brokaw, remember him, said, we don't just have egg on our face. We have...
Come. Oh, wait, no.
This is for Anastasia.
Oh, sorry.
She can guess come if she wants to.
Come.
That's my answer to everything.
We-
What they do on the moon? Come. What they get on their face? Come.
We don't just have egg on our face. We have A, omelets all over our suits. B,
Stupid.
eggs scrambled all over us. Or C, pie on there as well.
I'm going to say A because it sounds like he would say that.
It's 100%
That's awesome.
A.
Yeah.
It sounds
that's a
like
good
him,
guess.
right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
yeah,
just
yeah.
have egg on our face. We
Well,
have
all-
omelet all over our suits.
Because I wear a suit.
All right, last question. We're going to end with a real fun banger. You ready?
Yeah, bang it out, baby.
Okay.
Come.
The Challenger explosion.
Oh, bringing it down.
You know, I'm glad that I was,
What year
I
was
didn't
it?
remember this.
I don't remember it either. I don't think I watched it live. I think I was too young.
Okay, so don't
But I
talk
don't
about
know.
the date.
I don't know. I don't
Don't
remember
talk
when
about
it
the
was.
date yet.
I
Because
probably
it's part
was.
of the
I
question.
think I was alive. It was in the 80s, right?
I'm not saying anything.
Cool.
This is part of the question. The Challenger explosion was one of the saddest days in American history. The glory of the America's space program turned into unfathomable heartbreak when the shuttle broke apart 73 seconds into its flight,
Ugh.
killing 7 crew members and the school teacher Krista McAuliffe? I'm sorry to Krista's family that I don't know how to pronounce that. In the aftermath of the tragedy, some suggested that the White House pushed NASA to launch the shuttle in time for the current president's State of the Union address, scheduled for later on January 28th.
You're gonna ask me who the president
Who
was.
was the president during this time?
Mhm.
Was it A, Jimmy Carter, B, Ronald Reagan, or C, George H.W. Bush?
I think it was Reagan.
That is correct.
Yeah, but I still don't know what year it was.
Do you remember the Punky Brewster episode about it?
No, but I loved Punky Brewster. She was literally my idol as a child.
Yeah, I remember
Literally
that,
my idol.
where she was like basically like like she came home crying about it and was like, yeah, I don't know. I just remember. I don't know why that's the
No.
Punky Brewster
Because
episode. I remember
wow, I just remember the one where I forget.
I'm going to look at the date.
I forget who it was. One of the friends. Somebody got stuck they were playing hide and seek and they got stuck in a refrigerator.
I was like, a well? Because you remember that there was a person that was stuck in a well?
I almost put that in this.
Jessica, baby Jessica.
Yeah.
So the Challenger, the space shuttle explosion was in 1986, and so was Baby Jessica. Because I almost did a question about Baby Jessica. Because my sister's name was Jessica, and so in our family we had a lot of Baby Jessica jokes going on in my childhood. So yeah, that was 86.
Baby Jessica.
Baby Jessica fallen in the well.
Hilarious.
She's okay. She's alive. She's fine.
Yeah, that's a crazy story.
Or she turned into the girl from The Ring. I don't know.
It's one or the other.
If you look at pictures of that now, it's actually terrifying.
Because the Ring
her being in a well?
Baby Jessica.
Yeah.
Her in the well.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
I don't want to be in a well.
It was like wild. People like went down and like couldn't get her out. They had to go back up and like hatch a new plan. Like it was crazy. She was down there for a long time.
It was in Texas.
Well,
silence.
Are you shitting on Texas?
Right now, I'm shitting on Texas. They opened up everything. No one's wearing masks. I'm shitting on Texas a little bit.
They did just really fail everyone who lived there.
But we are opening up Disneyland, so.
Hallelujah.
Oh my God.
All right.
Not be in attendance.
Well, that was that was my newspaper club.
Thanks, Linz. That was great. All right. Let's go to one more quick class, guys. For our last class of the day, we're going to film class.
Woo!
Okay.
And we're gonna do so I had in your list of like interest film because you make films, but also martial arts. Are you a martial artist or is this
I
a
used
passion
to,
or
yeah
something you used to do?
I used to do it.
Okay, cool. What martial art did you do?
Eskrima and Taekwondo and a little bit of Judo in college, but I used to ditch that class a lot.
All right.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we are talking. Judo.
Sorry.
My friend Helen. She's always like trying to. She like kept asking her dad, who like knew someone who taught. I think it was Judo, and she's like, Kelly, we have to take Judo because like we kept having all these like woman scares of like people like trying to break it, like whatever. There was So she. And I think it was Judo, and like her dad was like, for some reason they like didn't want us to take it. I don't remember why. Yeah, like they're like, it's too intense, it's too crazy. We're like, no, we want to be able to kill people. We want to have to register our body as a lethal weapon.
Yeah. Exactly. I just don't like it because you have to like throw people all the time. And I'm like, I just want to kick you and punch you.
Yeah. Those would be my favorites.
Yeah, I don't want to heavy lift if I don't.
Yeah, that's what Judo is. It's like lifting them over and then, and
it comes back to the dead body thing for me. It's like I don't want to have to put in that kind of physical labor.
Exactly.
I want it to be easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to martial arts in Chinese cinema. That is the class we're going to.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so glad I know a lot about this.
Me too. It's gonna be great.
I was combining film and martial arts, so let's just see if neither of you know, then let's just have fun and see how much we don't know.
Okay.
I have 1 point. I just want to add out this whole game.
You're doing great.
1 point.
Oh, you're going to get tons more now, I'm sure.
Thank you.
All right, Anastasia, we'll start with you as our lovely guest. The Chinese martial arts film genre dates back to the 1920s with the development of the Shanghai film industry. These first films were set in ancient China and drew heavily on Chinese folklore and classical literature, featuring fantastical and supernatural elements such as beasts and spirits. And this type of film is known as A, wuxia, meaning martial heroes. My pronunciation, who knows? Jidaigeki, meaning period drama, or kung fu, meaning mastery of a skill. What was the name of this type of film called? Yes!
She's really smart.
She's
really annoying.
Smart.
Wow.
What do you think, guys?
That's amazing. Yes, that's what it's called. It's the wuxia. I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but
wuxia. How do you
wuxia?
Not how you spell it.
In English, it's WUXIA.
Got it.
Wuxia.
Got it.
Number 2, Lindsay. In the early 1930s, the government banned martial arts films in China, claiming that they promoted feudalism and superstition. Meanwhile, the Shanghai film companies relocated to Hong Kong, which at that time was a British colony where the Chinese government censorship did not apply.
Interesting.
This ban on the wuxia films in China was not lifted until the A, 1960s, B, 1970s, or C, 1980s.
China has a lot of restrictions. Oh my God. Maybe the 60s?
That is incorrect. Anastasia, do you want to steal? The 70s or the 80s?
Oh, shit. I fucked up.
You thought that was later or something?
I mean, I kind of want to, I'm going to say 70s.
No, it was the 80s. It was actually
I was going to say,
the
I was going
80s.
to after, well, anyway. Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I was like,
It doesn't, listen, Anastasia, you have a lot of points, so, you know. I was like,
I'm not surprised.
You didn't need it.
They still censor so much stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know they were really mad at Bruce Lee. Like, really mad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, China in general was really mad at Bruce Lee.
Just because, like, he's popular in the West or something?
Yeah,
or?
and he was, like, showing martial arts to the masses. And
right, it's like, this is our thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised about the superstition thing because I feel like, you know, Eastern cultures are like very superstitious and very like open to things like that. They're not.
It's probably when they became communist or something that they didn't want.
Right. Yeah, that would make
Yeah.
sense. And it's like, we're not into that. We're into like government and just like
right.
being, you know,
interesting.
Governmenty.
Or more governmenty rather than like cultural.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you don't have an identity. You're just you're part of you're a cog in the wheel.
Right.
All right, Anastasia. So the Shanghai film companies started introducing Mandarin language wuxia films to Hong Kong, and soon the local Cantonese film studios were producing their own martial arts flicks, and this is what led to the rise of the kung fu film. You might be able to do this. Can you explain the difference between the wuxia films and kung fu films? So you already know sort of like the vibe of what the wuxia is. Right?
Yeah. More action-based? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So, traditional wuxia films feature kind of balletic, gravity-defying choreography and strong mythic and fantastical elements, and in contrast, kung fu films are more realist, featuring hand-to-hand combat rather than, like, elegant swordplay.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Linz, the 50s and 60s represented a boom period for Hong Kong cinema. Local studios produced movies at a breakneck pace, outperforming Hollywood exports at the local box office. With the 70s came the rise of Bruce Lee, who as a child studied kung fu with the legendary master Ip Man. What 1973 film made Bruce Lee a household name the world over and exposed Hong Kong cinema to an international audience for the first time, and was released 6 days after his tragic death at the age of 32? Was it A, The Way of the Dragon, B, Enter the Dragon, or C, Fist of Fury?
Enter the Dragon?
Yes!
I have 2 points.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Lindsay.
Wait, explain again the death thing?
He died 6 days before the movie was released, when he was very young. It was like
really?
Yeah, it was some kind of like medicine that like gave him, not like drugs, it was like a painkiller or something.
Yeah, he never take a painkiller.
He was like allergic to it and he didn't know, and it gave him like a brain hemorrhage or brain edema or something. It made his brain swell.
I had no idea.
And you know what happened to his son, right?
Yeah, because I loved The Crow.
Oh, that was his son?
Yeah,
That was
Brandon
his
Lee.
son.
Oh, I didn't know that was his son. Oh, I feel like such a dum-dum, but I know what happened to him. That's so crazy.
So, like, Brandon Lee
crazy.
is so sexy.
So sexy.
Yeah.
So hot.
I mean.
Yeah. What year was that?
That's a great question.
I feel like it's got to be 90s, right?
I remember that. Like, that was like a Kurt Cobain moment.
Right.
Yeah, and
that was like
the
mid-90s or something. You want to look it up?
Yeah.
And the guy that shot the actual gun like died a couple years ago, like really recently, and he said he never forgave himself.
So
But it's not even his
sad.
fault. It's not even his fault because they accidentally, it was an accident.
So wait, was it really a bullet or was it a blank that killed him?
So it's like back then they used a different kind of, like, now on set usually they do like airsoft or something like that, but basically there was a blank stuck in the barrel which caused the other blank to hit it basically making it a bullet.
Oh my god.
So it was like not clean.
1993.
Yeah, it wasn't like whatever.
They hadn't prepared it properly. So
yeah, which made it like a bullet.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh.
This is a really light episode.
Yeah. But still so fun.
And yet so fun. Yeah, you have to laugh
fun.
at tragedy. How else are we
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you got to. Life is freaking insane. So, okay, number 5. Whose question is this? I believe this is Anastasia.
Yes.
Okay, so then after Bruce Lee came Jackie Chan. So he kind of infused comedy and slapstick into the kung fu genre. In his film Drunken Master in 1978, Chan irreverently portrays the legendary hero Wong Hei-feng as a lazy, cheating rascal who discovers that his skills are at their best when he is A, drunk, B, is sleepwalking, or C, has done a selfless act.
See?
No, that is incorrect.
Is it drunk? It's just drunk?
It's
drunk.
called Drunken Master.
I was like, is this a trick question?
Is she throwing me off?
Yeah, that's why I was like, so it
no,
can't be drunk.
it was actually just an oversight on my part.
I was like, you can't be drunk because it's in the title. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you were overestimating my intelligence.
I'm gonna give myself a point just because I only have 2.
That's fine. You can have it. That's fine.
You did it.
All right, Lindsay, which one of these modern blockbusters was not heavily influenced? Oh, wait, I didn't read the rest of this sentence. Sorry. Oh, wait, okay. Back it up. Number 6, Lindsay. Another key figure in the development of martial arts films is King Hu, who made films in the wuxia tradition and brought some of martial arts films' first female protagonists to the screen. He originally worked in Hong Kong and directed the highly influential classic Come Drink With Me in 1966. I'd never seen
Come.
There you go. Put it all together. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so which one of these modern blockbusters was not heavily influenced by King Hu's work? Is it A, Zhang Yimou's Hero in 2002, B, Pracha Pinkao, The Protector in 2005, or C, Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in the year 2000?
In the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
I wanted to be Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon because that's the only one I've heard
Which one of these was not influenced by
So the
his
other
work?
2, I'm going to go with A.
That is incorrect. Do you want to steal?
B.
Asia. That is correct. B. That is not in the same style.
I didn't see Crouching Tiger.
It's one of my
Dragon,
favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I have the DVD, and you tried to make me give it away when you were helping me clean and like go through things. She tried to, and I'm
just because it was a DVD. You need to.
I know, but it's one of my favorite movies.
But you can
It's
watch
one of
it
the
on
first
the television.
movies I ever made out with like a guy too.
Nice. That's a nice one.
Yeah, right?
That's fun.
That's a good time.
That's really good.
That wasn't the first one, but one of the first. Final Fantasy.
That.
All right, this next question, we're going to make this for both of you guys. So you're going to be able to sort of just like shout out and you can get a point. Shout. Let it all out. Okay,
Oh,
so
I was going a different way, but I
Oh,
like
I
that.
you
went
went-
to bar mitzvah. I was at a bar
Oh.
mitzvah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
I was at a
That
bar
is,
mitzvah.
I do really love singing that at bar mitzvahs. And not that I go to a lot of bar mitzvahs anymore, but
Yeah, like, why are you going there so
remember when we
many?
did that in the? Yeah, why?
We're from
Kelly,
Florida.
why
We're
are
from
you?
South Florida, but I stopped going a long time ago. I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, really?
It's still fun.
Why are you
That's
going
like
to
the
so many during
only-
a pandemic?
I live in a Hasidic neighborhood. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't want to go to those
No,
right now. They're still having bar mitzvahs.
I just hope they're wearing their masks. I hope everyone's wearing a mask.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I think we sang that in the middle of Union Square once. Shout, like literally going a little bit softer now, like going to the ground.
I'm sure we
as we're
did.
like, well, yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like something.
Sounds
we
like
do.
a Kelly and Lindsey move.
Okay, there are 18 main categories of weapons in Kung Fu. Just name some. You guys, you can get a point for each one that you
dagger,
Throwing stars.
nunchucks,
Sword.
a giant like a staff,
A bow staff.
Oh, wow.
a gun.
No. I feel like those were all sounded right,
But they're not.
but they're not this particular words exactly.
Oh.
So,
A scream of sticks. Nope.
hands, feet, legs, kicking, punching, snapping at wood,
A board. Nails.
a brick,
a book.
someone's juicy booty.
That can be a weapon.
Can.
I'm just gonna give you both a point for fun.
Great. Was
And
it
I'm just
juicy
gonna.
booty?
We
it
got
was juicy
none of
booty.
them?
Well, I don't. You may have. Okay, so we have saber, spear, sword, halberd, axe, battle axe, hook, fork, whip,
Ooh.
mace.
Ah.
Mace is kind of like nunchucks, sort of.
Is taser on that list?
No, unfortunately not. Hammer,
Is my penis.
talon
Hmm?
for the birds. I don't understand. Trident halberd, cudgel, long-handled spear, short cudgel, stick. One of you said
I
stick.
said a stick, definitely.
And then, of course, the quintessential meteor hammer.
Oh, a meteor. That
Oh,
must
well,
be
let
like
me
a
just
throwing
pull mine
star.
out.
So we'll have to go. We'll do a dive into that maybe, and post some of those pictures of what those are, maybe on our Instagram.
Sure, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
What, don't you mean Marsha's going to write that down?
Marsha, thank you.
I'm
Yeah, why are
using
we-
her hands.
Why are we doing
Using
more
her-
work when that's her job?
Right.
Marsha.
Marsha. All right,
Love it.
perfect. Well, guys, that was martial
Wow.
arts class.
I really
film class.
blew
That was
chunks on
hard.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but you did great.
Well, you guys, it's that time of the day where we tally up the points and see who the winner of Fuck You, I'm Smarter is. Now, Marsha just handed over a paper.
Okay, Marsha.
Whoop,
Thank you.
get that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marsha.
Thank you, Marsha.
See how she handed it to me?
We saw her
So
hand.
sweet.
Mhm.
Wow. Lindsay really
Shit the tent.
shit the tent with 4 points.
Mm.
Kelly shit the bed with
I think-
7 points.
I think I came on the moon.
I think you did come
Yeah.
on the moon. And Anastasia is our winner with
Oh,
17 points.
wow, Anastasia, you came on the moon.
You
I'm gonna give you a little
on
cabbage-
the moon.
cabbage
Woo!
patch.
Yes, give us that
Yeah.
cabbage patch.
Ah, Anastasia,
Brilliant.
congratulations. I mean, there's only one thing left to do. Well, two, really. Is you have to make a valedictorian speech
Okay.
as our valedictorian.
Okay.
And we also need you to look directly into the camera and say, fuck you, I'm smarter. And you can do it in any order you want.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you.
you.
I never gave a valedictorian speech, so let me try. All of you gathered here today, now that sounds like a wedding. Never mind. For all of you that didn't believe in me, fuck you. No, no. believe in yourself.
No,
I
it
kind
works.
of liked
Dreams.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Dreams and believe.
Yeah.
dreams.
In your dreams. Soar. Don't be sore. Soar.
Soar
Class
like
of
an eagle.
2021.
Wow.
I feel inspired.
Soar. I mean, soar.
Soar. Bed
Soar.
sore. From the
Don't be a-
Munchausen.
Penal sores.
Penal soar. Soaring.
That was a really inspiring,
Beautiful.
beautiful speech. And
Thanks.
now we would love for you to plug all the things you're working on. I feel like you are the busiest person we've ever had.
She got a lot of projects.
She got a lot of projects, so plug all your plugs so our listeners can check you out.
Oh, well, you can find me on all social media at Anastasia W on Twitter and TikTok, at Anastasia Wash on Instagram, and Anastasia TV on YouTube. I have my one-woman show, 50 Shades of Mixed, Confessions of Your Ethnically Ambiguous Best Friend, coming out March 24th, virtually. You don't even have to leave your house, you know? You don't have to wear pants. Just watch it, you know? And yeah, like I have a whole bunch of podcasts, so check them out on all my social media. I do one serial killer, which we talked about. I do one called Haunts and Hops about paranormal and drinking beer.
Oh,
Like,
I
who
love
doesn't
that.
want to talk about
Oh my god,
that?
you talk about all my favorite things.
Thank you. And then, you know, so you can check out all of that on my social media. And yeah. Thanks, guys.
This
Genius.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for being our first guest on our YouTube Live.
Thanks
For our
having me.
listeners, yes, this was so great. Please follow her. Also go to Instagram at Kelly and Lindsey. We are now doing YouTube Lives and doing shout outs on our stories before to tell you when we're doing that. So we'll keep you abreast and show you our breasts if you're lucky. At Kelly and Lindsey, the YouTube page is Fuck You, I'm Smarter. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends. It really helps out the show. It helps us get some more listeners and visibility. So please do that. And then, Kelly, I know you wanted to say a little something.
Oh, well, I could, yes. I just wanted to say that in light of the recent horrific and racist terrorist attack that just happened in Atlanta, I just wanted to give a little shout out to a couple of groups that you might want to check out on Instagram or check out their websites for resources and support and to donate if you have the means. There is stopaapihate.org. They are the ones who have like collected a lot of information, and they discovered that there's obviously a huge recent uptick in anti-Asian discrimination, like about 4,000 new incidents in the last year. So yeah, stopaapihate.org, and then there's AAPI Women Lead, and they are at I'mReadyMovement.org, and their hashtag is I'm Ready. I have a few more, but I will go ahead and just list them in our show notes. And please do reach out to some of them if you are able to, and maybe give a little donation and, I don't know, talk to your representatives and like, let's make sure that everybody knows this is a huge issue and that we need to continue working for justice, and let's get rid of these white supremacist terrorists, shall we? Yeah.
You know, when things like this happen, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? Do I throw my money at something?
Right.
Like, what can I do?
It's a combination of things. I think you do what you can.
But these are great resources because a lot of these resources break down what you can actually do to make a change. And it's very helpful for someone who feels a little hopeless or lost. So thank you, Kelly, for that
absolutely.
shout out. For sure.
And thank you, Anastasia. This was so much fun.
This was so fun. I'm going to stop the YouTube live now. So goodbye to our YouTubers.